Hi again, YouTube. This is NOZ4882 here with a deck review. In case you didn't see, there's a Hornet there, so we're going to be talking about my summer Inzektor deck. It's just an Inzektor deck that I'm playing this summer, obviously. So let's get started. Alright, first thing, bread and butter of this deck. 3 Hornets. Whole reason why this deck is so freaking awesome. Hornet kills whatever you want to. I mean, enough said. You know what Hornet does. Next, we got our girlfriend here, Dragonfly. She's got a fat butt, 18 defense, 1,000 attack, not too shabby. Point is, she equips you Hornet, you kill something, and then Dragonfly lets you special summon any Inzektor you want out of the deck, as long as it's not another Dragonfly. Want to grab another Hornet? Sure. Want to get your Centipede? Want to get any other thing with Inzektor in it? By all means, go for it. Next, you got your best bro here, Centipede. Dragonfly lets you do the whole Inzektor loop one time, for one turn, okay? Centipede lets you do it over and over and over again. Because the most important thing is, alright, so your Dragonfly pops something, you get your Centipede, Centipede gets your Hornet, pop something else, Centipede lets you put a Dragonfly or any other Inzektor you want. You want a Mantis, you want a Ladybug, you want a Hopper, you want Zecalibre to your hand, boom, you can have it. So Centipede's awesome. He's pretty buff, 16. With Hornet attached, he's 21. If you are attacking into something you think he'll get Gores or Veilered, Fadered. But we'll get to Veiler in a minute. Or Fadered, boom, Centipede. You can still blow up whatever they have. Awesome guy. The other thing to note, all your Inzektors are level 3, so you can make rank 3s very, very easily. Okay, so that's for the main core of the deck for the most part. These are what you're going to be running 3 of. They're awesome bugs. And I'm kind of bummed out I didn't get to go to Nationals because they had a really good, just too poor. They had a really cool Inzektor playmat that had all the good bugs on them. So next we got our one of bugs, okay? Mantis. This guy's your best friend if you're getting skill drained. Helps you double loop level 6, so he helps you go for your rank 6s. 24 attack, he equips out of hand. Doesn't depend upon Centipede, Hornet, or Dragonfly's effect to equip him. So they get Veilered, fine. Put Mantis on him. Boom, 24. Awesome. And then if he's sent, like if you MST him or Hornet targeting him, you get to special summon an Inzektor from grave. Awesome. Mantis is great. So you have him at 1. Then you have Ladybug. Ladybug's the kind of the new kid on the block, okay? We just got him in Galactic Overlord. This guy, instead of killing stuff, he lets you add 2 levels, okay? 2 stars up there. He has a star on his in his hand there, and he has a star on his hip. So he allows you to add levels. So instead of blowing stuff up, you can instead go, okay, Dragonfly, add 2, now it's at level 5. Get your Centipede, add 2 to that, now it's at level 5. Exceed, first turn into Tiras. Usually Tiras is what you're going to pick. Once Volcasaurus comes out, well, you won't use that turn 1. Basically, you get your Tiras. Or you can get your Crimson Armor Ninja, but we'll get to that in a minute. Ladybug offers you versatility. Only need to run 1. Also, it's interesting, Ladybug has the Inzektor Equip effect. So you can throw a Hornet on this, you can do whatever you want. Ladybug, awesome. Next we got a big boy here, Hopper. He's the other guy who can be bottomless. Has swords, very cool guy. Level 4, what he lets you do is, first off, he lets, well, Hornet. This isn't even Hornet. Well, you can throw Hornet on him. This is Hopper. Big strength comes out of him. You throw Zecalibre on him. He then becomes big enough to start killing dinosaur dragons, to start killing, Evolsards and stuff. Big boy, he can be bottomless. It's kind of a problem, but that's fine. You only run 1 of them. Because he doesn't do anything, if you throw Hornet on him and then, boom, whatever. Also with Hornet, he's 22, so that's pretty good. That's why you run 1. Alright, next we got the guys who help you out. Sangan. If I had tour guides, I'd totally use them in here. Help speed the deck up a bit. Actually, quite a bit. But tour guides are kind of useless unless you have the Zen mains to keep the permanents on the field. Anyways, Sangan, enough said, tutors basically everything. Run into effect Veiler. Veiler can now stop everything in this meta since they made the trigger priority ruling. You only run 2 because you don't want a dead draw. You run 1 in the side. We'll get to the side in a bit. Next, you're on the most broken card in the format, Blackluster, Soldier, Envoy at the beginning. Run a couple lights, as you just saw, and you run a couple darks. Also, your exceeds end up being lights as well. Gives you plenty of fuel for this Armageddon soldier thing. Next, you got your Gores. This is just replacement for Tour Guide, kinda. Sometimes you'll be left with an empty field, or say maybe you open first turn with Gores in hand and you don't want to get your Ladybug or Dragonfly or anything else out. So you just pass and let him run into this big fella. Great guy, Dark, Fiend, what's not to love. Gets boosted under Dark World. Good stuff. Next you got your other guy, probably one of my favorite cards here. Dark Arm Dragon. Because you're running Zek-Caliburs, because you can equip your Hornets, equip whatever you want. You have a pretty good deal of graveyard control. Only problem with him is you can't run him necessarily if you're siding in the D-Fissure, so you'll have to side him out. But still awesome, great game one, good mid-game threat, or early to mid-game threat, because you'll be having plenty of Darks in there. Great guy. Alright, next we got our spell lineup. First we got your one-ofs. Reborn, Hole, Foolish, helps you load a Hornet or Ladybug. Book of Moon, and Heavy Storm. These things are so powerful. Foolish Burial basically makes any play you want live. Reborn gets you whatever. I don't even need to explain these, except for Dark Hole. A lot of people don't like to run it because, you're giving enough destruction, it doesn't matter. I understand that, but there's been plenty of times where I've been skill drained, or when the opponent just has a field that I don't like, and I'd rather just get rid of everything and, hey, go for Dark Arm Dragon, go for Hopper, go for Centipede, go for something. Just, this card simplifies things. Alright, next you got your counter spells. Just 2 MST. Okay, it's important to stop the warnings from going off, or your bottomless or whatever, but there's ways to get things back with Zek-Calibur and Call the Haunted, so you don't really care as much if they're warning you. Also, having 2 ups your consistency. Drawing a hand of 2 or more of these, kind of bad. Next you got your 2 duality. Consistency's sake, again, you're special summoning a lot in this, and it helps you get your combo pieces. Alright, Allure of Darkness. If Allure of Darkness wasn't around, you'd need your 3rd duality. I mean, you're running plenty of Darks, you can afford to banish, and also it can help you because you'll go into Leviair and then loop again. So that's your draw engine. Next you have your Recursion engine. 2 copies of Inzektor Sword, Zek-Calibur. Equip only to an Inzektor monster, gains 800 attack and defense. When this face-up card on the field is sent to the graveyard, target 1 Inzektor monster in your graveyard, add that thing to your hand. So, you equip it to your Centipede, you equip it to your Hopper. It becomes big, and then and it equips from hand. So what you can do is you can have Hornet equipped, then target Zek-Calibur, add something from your grave to hand, and you still get to special summon or add to hand or whatever you want. Awesome. Love this thing. Alright, next you got your trap lineup. Judgment and 2 warnings. You have space for traps in this deck. Obviously, Judgment, you have to be careful when you use it. And the warnings, just get rid of things that would hurt you in the long run. Stuff like Quacky Mirror Drago, I know Dragon Sight into that. Gets rid of Doom Cows, gets rid of pretty much anything that... If you can set this turn 1 and your opponent doesn't have an MST, you have a great deal of control, and all for the low, low cost of 2,000 life points. But once again, you got to be smart when you use this. Alright, now you got some stuff that you don't necessarily have to be smart to use. Double Torrential. Set them. Opponent plays something you don't like. Activate them, obviously. Trap version of Dark Hole. Enough said. And sometimes, you can summon something like a Hornet or something small, and then use that to activate the Torrential. Only careful thing with this is a lot of decks right now are running Forbidden Lance, so that will save their guys and allow them to keep their combo going, but still very powerful. Next you got your Double Call. Helps you recycle your Dragonflies and Centipedes since you only have 3 of each. That's why people negating us doesn't hurt us as much because, okay, next turn, call. Hell, you could even grab your Sanguine or whatever, get another search. Get your Dragonfly back, start your loop again. Great stuff. But you run 2, just 2. Because 1 is too little. Next we got a little bit of tech here. Compulses I like them over bottomless because there's a few ways to manipulate the, there's quite a few ways actually, to manipulate the remove from play zone. Also against Chaos Dragons, I don't necessarily want to remove them all the time, like Equipped Wyvern or something like that. They can get it back easily. The Compulse just stops them. Also, with a bottomless, you have to have that in your hand or set on the field when they summon something, and boom, you have to activate it. With Compulse, they could be attacking. You can use this to get rid of maybe a scary set monster card like a Raikou or a Snowman Eater that you don't have time to pop or something like that. So Compulse, you just got to be smart when you use this, and you'll see I sometimes side these out, but nice tech choice. Next you got your Chains, stops your Rabbits, stops the Mirror Match cold. Just get them out there, and either you can run them over next turn if it's something small, or hell, you can just blow it up next turn using your Rabbits. Or not your Rabbits, your Hornets. Don't worry, I'm not making down a Rabbit, guys. Alright, so that's your main deck lineup. Runs 41 cards, not that big of a deal. You're doing a lot of adding to hand with Centipede, and you're special summoning a lot with Dragonfly, obviously. Alright, next you got your extra. Also, this is my Gores token. That's why I run Gores, so I can have Bane show up on the field and start punching people. Alright, next you got your extra, okay? I don't have his Zen mains or I'd run it. You got your Brilliant, great first turn move, loads your Darks and your Lights engraved. So hey, you draw into BLS next turn, boom. Obviously, worst case scenario, they destroy this, but now you have a Light and a Dark. Tempo, Exceed Stripper, very cool. Acid Golem, he's huge, also skill drain. Leviathan Dragon, pretty standard. Levier lets you double loop if you have something that's been removed previously, or hey, the bottomless one of your Centipedes or something like that. So those are your 3s, your rank 3s. Now you got your 5s. Got your Ardias, you got your Crimson Shadow Armor Ninja, helps retain permanence on the field. Tyrus, I love this guy. Zenmao, he's okay, probably take him out for Volcasaurus or Zenmains. Exostag helps you get rid of stuff that you don't like. Also, he's pretty cool looking, right? Then you got your Exobeetle. This guy's great too. Once allows you to equip from grave, get a a Grapha or something, and he becomes big, and then you can pop that thing you want. You can equip him with Inzektor Sword and Double Loop. It's really cool. Also, once you use these guys' effects, you can use Gaia Dragoon, but we'll get to that in a minute. Force Focus stops effects, rank 6. Then Strike Bouncer, just got this guy in today. I like him. 27, this guy's great. Anytime your opponent activates an effect, or a monster effect is activated on your opponent's side of the field, detach a material, negate the effect, and if you do, inflict 1,000 damage. So not only do you negate their effect, leave them open, and deal 1,000, this guy helps set up, oh great, the opponent has something I can blow up next turn, time to start swarming. Then you have your Gaia Dragoon in case something gets chained, or Fiendish Chained, or Veilered or something, or after you use Exostag or Exobeetle's ability. Pop this guy on the field. 26 has Piercing. Nice. And next you have one Armory Arm, because you can go level 4 here. You have the Veilers. Also, a great thing to OTK with BLS. So that's the main, and that's the extra. Next we got our side, and I know this video is getting a little long, so I'll just blaze through it real quick. This is basically based on my meta, so that's why I made the choices. Doomcow, great in the mirror. DD Crow, good against mirror and Grapha. One Veiler, good against mirror and pretty much everything else if you need it. 2 Raikou, helps me against Rabbit. Also, they're cool, they're dogs. Then you have your 1 MST if you're going against something like Hero or Hero Beat, or just something that sets a lot of back row. Your 2 Defissure, shuts down Dark Worlds, a few other things that use the Grave, pretty awesome. Chain D, good in the mirror, good against Rabbit. Bottomless, good against pretty much everything. If the compulses aren't working out for you, you put these in. Next, Chaos Trap Hole. Alright. I don't know why a lot of people refuse to use this card. It's basically a warning that's better, and if the opponent's playing lights or darks, it's a better warning because, alright, you're playing in the mirror darks, obviously. Chaos Trap Hole, pay 2,000 life points to negate the summon of a light or dark monster, remove it from play. I mean, it's a counter trap. It's just as good as warning, just as long as the opponent's playing lights or darks. So lights, let's see. Chaos Dragon, Inzektor, Heroes, Dark Worlds, agents maybe. My thumb was in there. So basically, if you see the guys making a lot of lights or darks, or if their whole deck is lights and darks, put these things in instead of your warning. Alright, that's it for my Summer Inzektor deck. I hope this YouTube video has been informative to you, and I'll see you out there on the battlefield, I guess, for Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay? Peace.